Right now at noon, a Joplin man is charged with a felony DWI following a crash with serious injuries.
And we have some pretty warm temperatures, and we're tracking storm chances for later this week. Those details coming up.
Plus, details on Oklahoma's new clean slate law, where certain felonies and misdemeanors are automatically expunged from people's records.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Indiana authorities stop a semi-tractor trailer on I-70 heading from Joplin and find roughly $7 million worth of cocaine. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Samantha Walker. The driver was en route from Joplin, Missouri to Richmond, Indiana. Police stopped it Saturday afternoon for a routine inspection when they searched the vehicle, finding 309 pounds of cocaine in the sleeping area of the truck. The 2 occupants were taken into custody without incident and transported to Putnam County Jail. ICE deportation holds were also placed on both suspects. A Joplin man has been charged with a felony DWI after a serious accident Saturday evening. Shortly after 7 p.m. on Saturday, Carl Junction Fire Department was alerted to a rollover crash on West 7th at Black Cat Road. A pickup and passenger car were located at the northwest corner of the intersection. Missouri State Highway Patrol reports that the driver of a 2015 Jeep Renegade was traveling north through the intersection, failed to yield, and was struck by a westbound pickup truck. The driver of the pickup suffered minor injuries and was transported to the hospital via private vehicle. The driver of the Jeep, a 36-year-old Zachary Teeter, was rushed to the hospital for serious injuries and after an investigation was cited for felony DWI. He was arrested but is still receiving ongoing care for his injuries. Now let's check in with meteorologist Donald O'Keefe for a look at the forecast.
Well, I'm sure you can tell that the temperatures are feeling a lot better today. We're going to see temperatures continue to warm into the 60s. Looking downtown Pittsburgh, nice sunny skies out there. Like I said, it feels pretty good out there, and it's going to be a great start to our work week. We got up to 51 degrees yesterday, which is still about 6 to 7 degrees above average. And then like our average low was our temperatures for our low is right around average. So definitely on the cooler side, but we're warming up for today. Taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 55 degrees in Pittsburgh. Like I said, it's going to feel pretty good. Our current temperatures across the area, you guys are a bit on the cooler side out there to northwest Iowa, 53 degrees, Yates Center 54. Down here by Joplin and Miami, you guys about 62 in Joplin, 63 in Miami. So things are starting to warm up. We're going to see temperatures get back into about the mid 60s today. So that's going to be our high, 66 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a bit breezy out there. Winds south 10 to 20 miles an hour, could gust up to 30. But our overnight, we're going to see temperatures gradually cool down into the low 50s, partly cloudy skies. Overnight, we're also tracking some storm chances later this week. I'll have those details coming up.
Thanks, Donald. During the holidays, food waste goes up with bigger parties and bigger meals. MU Extension's Freeze It program has been teaching people how to cut back on waste by freezing food and using all parts of their meat and produce. But now that program is expanding to new areas. The North Central Regional Center for Rural Development provided a grant to fund 8 Freeze It programs in rural Missouri and facilitate both local and statewide partnerships with waste management groups. Rural communities tend to have higher rates of diet-related illness and have lower access to fresh food. Food waste can end up in landfills and water systems, backing them up with food that could have been used in a new meal or frozen properly.
If people were to take an assessment of their food waste, they would be surprised at how much they waste, how much food could have been reused in other ways, creative ways, rather than throwing out scraps, putting them in a soup, a stew, a quiche, casserole. There's a number of ways that we can get creative if we were just to take a moment and assess exactly how much we're wasting.
The locations of the sponsored Freeze It program can be found by contacting your local extension office to see if they'll be offering any courses near you. One new law in Oklahoma could mean a fresh start for some folks in Oklahoma.
The Oklahoma Clean Slate Law was passed in 2022, and now the operational side will start.
What the process is designed to do is for the OSBI to track the Oklahoma criminal records and compare them to see if somebody appears to meet the criteria for an expungement of an arrest record.
Each month, district attorneys from across the state will get a list of names, and if they do not put up an objection, the expungement goes through.
Whenever we get into more serious misdemeanors, then you are looking at a 5-year time period. Whenever you get into nonviolent felonies, you're looking at 5 years after everything's completed. And for 2 or more felonies, it can be up to 10 years before you're eligible for an expungement.
The charges are all put together at one event. So if someone was convicted on multiple charges, it would be counted as one transaction. Violent and sexual crimes are not able to be expunged under the clean slate law.
You know, we deal with a much smaller group of people that simply won't conform, or they're just outright dangerous. And those are the people that we really try to focus on. For people that have gotten past that, this gives them that clean slate.
In Miami, Oklahoma, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
The people who will have their records cleared will not be notified due to the logistics of finding them. Well, coming up, the latest on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in reaction to the operations that took him and his wife into U.S. custody. And later, we're making a baked eggplant parmigiana in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. President Trump insists the U.S. can, quote, fix Venezuela after American soldiers captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and brought him to the U.S. to face criminal charges. Aaron Navarro has more details from the White House.
Venezuela's Supreme Court has appointed Vice President Delcy Rodriguez acting president of the country.
We're dealing with the people that just got sworn in, and don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
It means we're in charge.
President Trump said he has not personally spoken with Rodriguez yet, but told The Atlantic if she doesn't do what's right, she's going to pay a very big price.
I don't have to tell you. I just say that she will face a situation probably worse than Maduro, because, you know, Maduro gave up immediately.
Rodriguez said she's inviting the U.S. to work with her, but President Trump has not ruled out U.S. forces on the ground.
What we should see in the coming days are the outlines of a clear strategy, a strategy of coercive diplomacy. But I'll tell you, Gail, that's not easy to do. It may be something bigger.
Trump administration officials are briefing some members of Congress today about the Venezuela operation, even as some are questioning the president's legal authority to carry out the raid.
I believe it's an illegal action because we're not supposed to be at war without a vote of Congress. They need to tell us why it's a smart thing to do.
Russia and China, Venezuelan allies, accused the U.S. of violating international law. The UN Security Council convened the meeting for today. The meeting comes as Trump Sunday night threatened action against Colombia and reiterated his interest in the U.S. taking control of Greenland. Aaron Navarro, CBS News, the White House.
People in Kansas City are acting quickly upon the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, some protesting the actions by the United States and others celebrating what they say feels like a new beginning. Chandler Watkins has more.
Signs reading "No blood for oil" and U.S. out of the Caribbean could be seen as chants of no more wars for empires could be heard as the group marched down 3rd Street.
No war in Venezuela! There's a lot more energy here today, and that is true across the country. People in this country are not pro-war. They don't want it.
On the other side of town,
Viva Venezuela! Viva Venezuela!
Venezuelans living in the metro were shocked at the news.
When people say, you know, oh, you guys are celebrating the invasion of the United States to Venezuela. No, we are not celebrating that. What we are celebrating is that it's the beginning of the end of this system, which is a horrible system.
Many who gathered fled Venezuela years ago, not knowing if they would be able to ever go back. Now, as they sing their national anthem proudly, they feel uncertain but hopeful for the future of their country.
Part of the lyrics of our national anthem is take down the chains of oppression, take down the chains of oppression.
Y te puedo decir que como todo ser humano lo que quiere es libertad.
And as all human beings, the only thing we want is to be free.
Venezuela, mi patria querida.
You can find the latest updates on the Venezuelan president's capture on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Ever feel like you have to choose between great taste and good health? Well, that's certainly not the case today.
And temperatures are on the rise. We're going to see highs in the 60s and then also tracking some storm chances later this week. Those details coming up. Well, it's starting out to be a pretty great start to our work week. Temperatures are on the rise. We're going to see highs in the 60s today and through the rest of the week. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. You can see nice, clear, sunny skies. Things are going to start warming up for us. Like I said, it's going to feel way above average for our temperatures. Our highs are going to stick, like I said, into the 60s through the week, maybe even 70 by Wednesday. Taking a look at our Skywatch storm tracker, not much happening in the area. Like I said, clear skies. We're under a ridge of high pressure that's keeping that convection down and bringing those nice warmer temperatures into our area. So that's what I want to show right now, our regional temperature map. Here's that flow of nice warm air from the south from that high pressure system down by the Gulf that's warming things up to about 20 degrees above average for our area, and that's going to stay for the next couple of days. So let's track that out right now. So Monday afternoon by about 4 o'clock, nice clear sunny skies. It is going to be a bit breezy out there. We can see wind gusts about 25, even 30 miles an hour, but an overall great start to our work week for Monday. As we get into Tuesday morning, could see a few sprinkles here or there by 6 a.m., but still not really much accumulation with that. By the time we get to Tuesday afternoon, those clouds will start to dissipate. Now we're going to be seeing sunny skies and warming up a little bit to the mid-60s as well. So like I said, sticking around in the 60s through Tuesday and even into Wednesday. This could be our warmest day of the week. Clear sunny skies by Wednesday morning. Then by the afternoon, we will have some clouds build in by Wednesday afternoon, but we could see 70s for our area by Wednesday afternoon. And then as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday morning, there's those storm chances I was talking about as by Thursday morning. So Thursday could be a pretty wet day, but we also could see temperatures sticking around the upper 50s and 60s. So for your day today, high is 66 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a bit gusty out there. Like I said, winds could be 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 30 for today, but a great start to our work week. For tonight, not too bad either, only dropping down to 47 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to be above normal. Our average low for this time of year is about 25, 26, so we're like 20 degrees above average. Still a bit breezy, winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour, still gusting up to 25. And for your day tomorrow, high at 65 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are still going to remain mild and nice. Winds are definitely going to be calming down west 5 to 10 miles an hour. So like I said, a great Monday and a great Tuesday. Taking a look at our 7-day to 10-day here, we're going to see 60s through the rest of the week. By Wednesday night is when we can possibly see some of those storms start to move into the area. Thursday is when we can see those storm chances. And then as we get into Friday and the weekend, we're going to start cooling down behind that system that we're going to see for our area. So like I said, it jumped there. There's the 7 to 10 day again. Sorry, I jumped around a bit. So very nice conditions basically for the rest of the week. Storm chances will return by Wednesday afternoon into the evening, and then even a chance for some low-grade severe chances by Thursday, but our confidence is going to be higher as we go through today to see if we are going to see those storm chances Thursday. But I'm going to say we are in desperate need of the rain right now because it has been so incredibly dry.
Yes, I know. I think that's been the one thing that we're all hopeful for. I mean, I don't like donating a rain jacket or rain boots as much as the next one, but it's so necessary. I know so many fire departments around are saying no burning right now. There's a bunch of burn bans because it is so dry out.
Yeah, it'll be really nice to get some moisture in the air and some of those grass is, I think, a bit brown out there, so it'll be nice to freshen that up.
You know, it's not the snow I may be hoping for in January, but a little bit of rain I think I still will be very grateful for.
Me too.
Well, thanks, Donald. Stick around. We're making baked eggplant parmigiana in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. We'll be right back. Now, for a lot of people at the beginning of the new year, they have some goals, whether that be trying new recipes or trying to eat healthier. And who says you have to choose between great taste and good health? With Howard's recipe for baked eggplant parmigiana, you can enjoy both. He shows us how to make it in the Mr. Food Test kitchen.
It's only a few days into the new year, and we're already getting emails asking if we have any good ideas for dinner recipes that are healthy and that taste great. So today, we're making an easy version of eggplant parmesan that will help you stick to your New Year's resolution and that will make your taste buds very happy. We start by cutting some eggplant into slices. I like to leave the skin on, but that's up to you. Then we bread them by dipping them in some flour, then into a couple of beaten eggs before finishing them off in a combo of breadcrumbs, Parmesan, and oregano. Now, instead of frying these like normal, which can be a real mess, we place them on a baking sheet that we sprayed with cooking spray. And before you put the cooking spray away, make sure you spritz them again before popping them in the oven. That's going to help them crisp up. Once they're crispy, spoon on some spaghetti sauce and sprinkle them with a little mozzarella, and back into the oven they go until the cheese is all melty. Serve these up with a salad and get ready for a super quick dinner that not only tastes amazing, it'll fill you up, not out. I sure hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our baked eggplant parmigiana, so you'll be armed with a recipe that's perfect when you crave great taste without all the guilt. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a guilt-free way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Wow, that sure looks great, Howard. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Temperatures and conditions are going to feel pretty good out there for the next few days. We're going to see highs in the upper 60s, even pushing 70 by Wednesday before some storms start to push into the area Wednesday night and Thursday. But the confidence for these storms are pretty low, but the big story is that we're going to get rain, which is very much needed for this area because it has been so dry over the last couple of days. But let's enjoy these nice 60s before that arrives.
Absolutely.
I am excited for that rain, though, Donald. Definitely. Thank you so much. What do you have coming up for us tonight?
Well, a lot's coming up at 5. For starters, it's the gift of life ×2. Groundbreaking technology allowed doctors to use one donated liver for 2 different transplant recipients, a toddler and a woman. Plus, January is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month. We're going to speak with a Joplin organization hoping to help survivors. And a look at the Missouri State Highway Patrol's 2026 New Year's holiday traffic statistics. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today, KOAM News at 5.
Well, those stories all sound great. Thank you so much, Dow. That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at noon. Have a great afternoon.